Hi everyone, welcome back to If My Heart Wings, Snow Presents. So, today is after Christmas, December 26th, and yesterday, on Christmas Day, so December 25, Aoi and Kotori both wake up late. And what got Kotori to stay awake is that she sees snow outside of the Flying Fish Manor. And she pretty much dragged Aoi out to the snow. It's like, well, this is a very special opportunity. So let's go out and do some activities with snow. Even though Aoi's like, well, I'm tired. I want to stay in bed. And the weather's nice enough for me to keep sleeping. So outside, they made snowman. But then Aoi got cold and he directly hugged Kotori for some warmth. And you can see that, well, Kotori's wearing mittens that she got on Christmas Eve and earmuffs. Whereas Aoi, well, he just has like a heavy coat and his hands are bare, and that's why he would get cold. So also, there were two extra events on the 24th and 25th, and those are age scenes. So, it started with the 24th where I was like, well, so it came off the fact that Kotori's like, well, I'll offer myself because I don't have anything to return for you giving me mittens on Christmas Eve. And then I already mentioned that, oh, so I do have one extra cake in the fridge, and I made it myself. And it's basically a backup in case he was unable to buy the Millefeuilles from Cafe Flags. So they pretty much had Kotori and the backup cake as the present from Kotori. And the 25th, that age scene doesn't really have much to explain because it just is like a follow-up from the first event. So, this event, where I was like, well, this atmosphere and scenery is good, I really want more of Kotori. So, moving beyond the two holiday dates, Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, let's see what happens today. Okay, so looks like Kotori is still practicing walking with one cane. And Hat's here too. Okay, so I think I'm doing well. Okay. So today in the morning, Kotori is pushing on her practice with walking. And Hat's following Kotori. Okay, that makes sense. So Hat, you want me to play with you, right? Yes? So I'm bored. Well, I'm sorry, I have to practice. Aw, too bad. So, Hat looks lonely, and Hat's not happy. Okay, so as I prepare lunch and look over the counter, let's see, I caught my mouth from the side. So what happened next? Okay, so I was asking Kotori's like, well, you know, the way that you're practicing, it can also seem like you're playing with Hat. So you're trying to have Hat play some kind of tag game. But then again, it's different, so it's either practice or play. It can't be both. So, let's see. So, occasionally something will change, and this practice will be very fun, which is kind of like playing. So, I wonder what Hat is doing now. Okay, so, here's a cucumber for you. So, Hat's eyes, they change as he stares at the cucumber that Kotori is holding onto. So if you want this, so try to catch me. So Hat's gonna chase after Kotori. So Hat runs around the dining table. And I wonder how Kotori's able to walk this fast, cause that's like running. So there you go. So Hat chases after it, and suddenly, so now it's real tag. So okay, haha. So wait, let's see. Oh, so come over here. Oh, I'm gonna get that cucumber. So, Kotori might have that motor nerve, but okay, let's see. So, despite Kotori walking around with a cane and not being able to fully utilize her muscles, so she can't run really fast, Hat can't catch up with Kotori, so Hat's even slower. Okay. So now Hat just jumps up and, well, attempts to fly. Okay, so yeah, so Hat jumped up, tried to fly, and Kotori was able to dodge it. And now, because Hat missed, now he has to walk a long way to trace back. And I hope Hat's not angry. So that facial expression. So that facial expression looks really... I'm not sure what Kotori's saying. It's like... Oh, so that regrettable expression is irresistible. Hat. So if you don't catch it soon, I'm gonna eat this, okay? So Kotori provokes Hat by attempting or acting like she's going to eat the cucumber. Well, fine, I give up, so I'm just going to forgo it. Okay, so... Okay, so Kotori tries to run again after... Wait, let's see. After making some act, so pretending to eat the cucumber, even though her boyfriend, Aoi, is watching. But then again, it's not done, so Kotori didn't eat it. And it's because I stopped Kotori. It's like, okay, that's enough. Okay, so... So is Aoi trying to have Hat catch the cucumber? Okay, so this time he does. So Hat jumped over and snatched the cucumber from Kotori's hand. And so Kotori's like, well, cucumber. So why did you interrupt me? Why did you hold me? And why did you let Hat easily take the cucumber? It's like, it's kind of bad that you keep walking around. So this is a very small space, and if you keep running around like this, you might end up crashing into something. Well, you told me that this is supposed to be practice and play. So that's what I did. And now you caused this to happen, so you're an idiot. Well, it's good to play, but it feels like you're going overboard and it kind of looked dangerous. So I wanted to stop you from continuing this. Okay, I understand. So now Kotori picks up a lettuce from the counter, and okay, so okay, well, Hat, I'm done, so I'll play with you some other day. So I think Kotori ate the lettuce by herself. Okay, well, that was fun. Oh, so Kotori hasn't eaten the lettuce yet. And it's like, well, if you're going to be just like me, you'll have to... Okay, what else does Kotori want Hat to do? Okay, so if you copy me, if I can do it properly, or if you can do it properly, I'll give you the lettuce. Okay, so I don't think Hat is as interested in the lettuce as he is for the cucumber. Okay, so now Kotori's teaching Hat some tricks. Like, okay, so if you can copy what I do, then I'll give you the lettuce at the end. So, step 1, let's have a spin. So Kotori makes a 360, and I'm sure it's easy with a cane. And Hat's like, wait, what was that? Come on, so you can do it too. So just spin around. Okay, and so Hat does the spin. Well, that's good. Okay, so do I get the lettuce now? Okay, next, sit. So Kotori holding... Okay, so it's hard for Kotori to sit because she's on her cane. And instead, Kotori kneels down in front of Hat. So this is it? So Hat tries to imitate the movement of Kotori, and I'm not sure how Kotori can tell that Hat is sitting. So you seem to understand what's going on. So you're a really smart duck, Hat. Hey, I like that. Okay, so be steady. So I wonder what I should have you do next. Okay, so go to sleep.
ほら、寝るのよ。グーグーって。あんた居眠りは得意でしょ?
So my next step or order is to have you go to sleep. So you usually doze around, right? So like this. So. Okay, and it looks like Hat does go to sleep like Kotori. So they both are on the floor and they fell asleep. Hey, so what are you doing? Says Aoi. And when he tries to ask that question, his mouth is fluttering. So the way that Kotori is playing with Hat, it looks cute. Well, if I do have a child in the future, I'm sure Kotori's gonna play with our child the same way she's doing with Hat. And Kotori's like, okay, now wake up. Alright, so how about a jump? And I think this is going to take it too far for Kotori because if you remember, she's on her cane and she's still trying to walk properly. And this time, Hat jumps up. It looks like Hat jumps much, much higher than Kotori. So Hat jumps up so high that I wonder if he crashes into the ceiling. So because Hat is a duck, Hat has wings and can fly for a little bit. But for Kotori, well then again, Kotori is a human and she can't fly easily. Well, she can't even fly. Okay, so I think Hat lands on Kotori and Kotori loses her balance. And Aoi quickly comes and helps Kotori. It's like, are you alright? Wait, Aoi? So Kotori was about to fall over and is being held up by me. Well, thanks. So I hope... Well, anyways. Well, this feels good. So, a weak girl being supported by a strong man. A perfect, dreamy situation. Well, you know, it wouldn't be the same story if you did fall over. But you know, you're often... Okay, so you made just in time. So, I was over the counter, so by the stove and the sink, until a while ago. It's like, well, I will help you if you are in danger, right? Aoi, that's true. So Kotori turns her bright, sparkling eyes to me. And now Kotori's kind of blushing, like, well, the situation feels strange too, so this guy as like the prince and the princess. So, in fact, when Kotori had Hat jump, I was expecting that this would have been an outcome. So, Kotori might have lost her balance and fell over. So, I walked around the counter just in case. And because for Kotori, she would have fallen silently. And I'm sure Kotori won't realize it. It's like, well, so what else does Kotori, or I always think about Kotori? It's like, well, Kotori is kind of crazy, but she does not disappoint. So going back to Hat's like, okay, what else? So can I have the lettuce now? So Hat comes down, squeals, and urges. Okay, so just give him the lettuce now. Okay, Hat, so you did well. So, as a treat for being an excellent duck, I'll give you this. And Hat's like, okay, so now eat. But wait for a minute. What's wrong? So Kotori suddenly stops Hat, who tries to jump up to take the lettuce. So you can't eat it yet. Why not? I did everything that you told me to. So I think what Kotori did is like, well, so at first she dropped the lettuce on the floor. It's like, okay, you can have it. But then it's like, wait, that's kind of boring. So she picks it back up. It's like, well, I want you to have it up here. So Hat jumps up. So I give Kotori a hand, or lend her hand, and then I'm not sure what I mean by let him stand. Okay, so next time don't go crazy with playing with Hat. So even this activity, you made it go too far. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, so Kotori's like, well, in the past, I used to be able to jump high, but even with my ability to walk, I am not able to jump as high as I used to. And if you remember from the original visual novel in Kotori's route, Hibara mentioned that Kotori was a volleyball player until the accident. And they still have her old uniform for volleyball. It's like, well, so don't worry about that now. So I'm sure eventually you'll be able to jump like you used to again, Kotori. Well, I wonder if I am able to do this soon, so by New Year's Eve. So Kotori's saying that, and let's see, what else does Aoi notice? So she's murmuring. Well, I think so Kotori should work on the basics, so just continue to learn how to walk, and then we can worry about the jump later. But in any case, I was able to enjoy a special session of Kotori's walking practice. Okay, so it looks like that's the end of today. So let's go to the notebook up here. So we get to see Kotori's notebook here and the progress. So the one that Kotori just fulfilled was the play with hat, which is the 4th item on the left page. And during the H scenes, so I forgot to mention that we also got to fulfill the first item, or actually the 4th item on the right page, where it's like have a romantic Christmas Eve with just Aoi and me. So that was the dinner, and it actually took the H scene for Kotori to feel satisfied with that item. And then the one on the very bottom, which was highlighted or marked done in the last episode, or yesterday, that was actually to build a snowman. So in a sense, you see that there's still many items to go, especially on the right page. So we'll see how progress continues as we go down the days, and whether or not Kotori is able to accomplish being able to jump high like she used to. Well, I'm sure it's going to take more time than these few days, but I'm sure for Kotori, she's willing to push it. And that's why Aoi has to come and stop her from time to time. So anyways, with that in mind, I'll see you tomorrow.